This is macOS Ken.
At least one analyst thinks Apple won't be a bank, a slowdown expected for PCs and tablets, and the nation's other Apple chain has closed its doors. It is Friday, the 10th of June, 2022. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Collide, endpoint security powered by people. Learn more and try it for free at KOLIDE collide.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Notion, one workspace for your whole team. Not all work collaboration tools are created equal. Some help you organize your company's information. Others allow you to manage projects together. Notion does both. It is one tool for your whole team to do it all. With powerful integrations and seamless navigation, you'll have everything you need in one spot so you can make speed your advantage without the silos and context switching that slow companies down. And this is my favorite part. Notion has a worldwide network of millions of users creating templates, tutorials, and new inspiration. They are sharing what they have learned, which should make your experience even better. Learn more and get started for free at notion.com/macOSKen. That's notion.com/macOSKen to help you take the first step toward an organized, happier team today. NOTION. That's notion.com/macOSKen. I gotta confess, Thursday's piece on Apple Pay Later maybe being the most important announcement at this year's WWDC keynote had me worried that I was a tiny bit ahead of myself. With that in mind, I found a note from Evercore analyst Amit Daryanani encouraging, even though he does not think that Apple will ever do the full-on being a bank thing. Apple 3.0 ran part of a note he wrote to clients on Thursday, commenting on the news that Apple has launched an LLC to handle nearly all of the Apple Pay Later process. The note says this subsidiary will enable Apple to enter the lending market in a low-risk way to begin iterating on its own internal systems for credit checks and risk management. We expect that Apple will also announce a long-term, interest-bearing buy now, pay later service, but we still expect them to partner with Goldman and potentially other firms for the long-term service. The announcement of Apple financing LLC will doubtless lead to renewed calls that Apple plans to pursue a bank charter, but we continue to view this as an unlikely outcome. Apple undoubtedly has the balance sheet power to pursue a bank charter, the note continues, but we think they will continue to walk right up to the line without ever actually crossing into the territory that would require a charter. It's interesting. His summation says financial technology remains a key driver of services growth and that he and his expect continued announcements in the space throughout the year. Yet he doesn't think the company that likes to control as much of any given process as it can is going to go all in. Time will tell. In the meantime, Daryanani has an outperform rating on Apple shares. His price target on the shares is $210. Shipments of tablets and PCs are expected to drop through 2022. That is the thinking of market tracker IDC, according to a piece from CNET. If you're wondering why, it's pretty much the same set of factors driving down sales of smart speakers and other electronics. Pretty much. Strategy Analytics said earlier this week that the war in Ukraine, component shortages, and the ongoing pandemic were tanking smart speaker sales. For tablets and PCs, IDC blames inflation, the war in Ukraine, and COVID lockdowns in China. It's not exactly the same list, though the firm lumps supply constraints in with those supply chain lockdowns. Jitesh Abrani, research manager at IDC, is quoted in the piece saying, "Supply shortages have plagued the industry for a while, and the recent lockdowns in parts of China continue to exacerbate the issue as factories struggle to receive new components from upstream suppliers, while also facing issues downstream when it comes to shipping finished goods." The firm expects global shipments of tablets to fall a little over 6%. For traditional PCs, IDC expects the fall to be a little over 8%. Now, bad as all of that sounds, could be worse. IDC believes PC shipments will remain above pre-pandemic levels and will experience growth in 2023, according to CNET. So it actually sounds like there are 4 factors in play: inflation, the war, COVID-exacerbated shortages, and tough compares. Sometimes it bums me out that I will not be around in 100 years. I would love to read the history of right now. Fruit Stand Workers United has a new helper in the union push. Apple Insider says Communications Workers of America, or CWA, has joined workers at Apple Grand Central in NYC to assist in their unionization efforts. Fruit Stand had been working with Workers United, the group assisting various Starbucks stores in their unionization efforts. The piece has Chris Shelton, president of CWA, saying in a statement, "Starbucks workers who have been organizing and winning union representation across the country with Workers United support have inspired retail workers at Apple, Verizon Wireless, and many other companies. We appreciate the confidence that the Fruit Stand Workers United Organizing Committee has in our plan to build worker power at Apple." It's an interesting move. CWA is also assisting Apple Cumberland Mall, the Atlanta store that had been seeking a union vote. Originally meant to go off last week, that vote was postponed with no future vote yet set. Now back to New York, where Apple Insider has one of the fruit stand organizers saying, "Through Workers United, we have learned what we can expect from Littler, and we are prepared. By joining forces with CWA, we intend to participate with countless other stores to achieve workers' rights across Apple retail in the U.S., and we believe we will succeed." The Littler, referred to as Littler Mendelson, that's the law firm or union-busting law firm, depending who you ask, hired by Starbucks to stop its stores from forming unions. An interesting twist in the case against Apple. Back in 2019, a group of small developers sued the Cupertino company over its control over the sales of iOS apps and the 30% commission Apple exacts. Apple settled with the plaintiffs and established a small developer assistance fund. That fund would see Apple kick in $100 million for affected developers, minus fees for class attorneys. And there's the twist. 9 to 5 Mac says the judge overseeing the case, Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers, has a question about the attorney fees. Specifically, why are they $27 million? The piece cites a Law 360 report that had the judge asking to see the lawyer's math. The site has the judge telling the law firm of Hagens, Berman, Sobel, Shapiro, LLP to submit a mathematical breakdown of how much each class member would receive if she awarded class counsel $25 million in fees instead of the $27 million they requested for the non-revisionary settlement. The judge noted that for some developers, who she pointed out really are the people who are taking the brunt of this, the difference between $1,000 and $2,000 may be significant. "That's why I want to see the numbers," she said. Between this and her questioning around the Apple v. Epic trial, it is really hard to not like Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers. More news in a moment, but first a word from Collide, endpoint security powered by people. I said yesterday that what Collide does feels to me like the future of personal data security. There are things buried in settings on an iOS device that'll let you check on your security. You can go to Have I Been Pwned? You can run a good AV suite. There's a lot you can do to keep yourself safe if you think about it. If you run a business, there's lots that your employees can do to keep that safe if they think about it. But they don't know what they don't know. And that is where Collide comes in. Linux, Mac, and Windows, Collide sends your people important, timely, and relevant security recommendations right inside Slack. Your people want to help keep your company secure. Collide wants to help them help you. It's not just telling them what to do, though. It's telling them why, making them smarter around security, which makes your workplace safer. What they do and how is impressive. Learn more with their free trial. Visit collide.com/macOSken and sign up today. That's KOLIDE, collide.com/macOSken. Enter your email when prompted to receive your free Collide gift bundle after trial activation at KOLIDE, collide.com/macOSken. News that is 100% bummer. The nation's other chain of Apple stores, Simply Mac, closed down yesterday. Mac Rumors had word of the disappointing news. In a letter sent to employees Thursday, Mac Rumors says Simply Mac CEO Rain Voigt said the company is shutting down its operations and terminating all employees effective immediately in anticipation of filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in the U.S., which will result in complete liquidation of the company. Talk about bad timing. The piece quotes Voigt's letter saying, "Since our acquisition of Simply Mac from GameStop on the 25th of September, 2019, we have worked hard as a team to grow our company to be North America's preeminent Apple partner and provide our customers with transformational experiences that drive long-term loyalty. However, we could not have possibly foreseen that on December 12th, 2019, in Wuhan, China, a worldwide pandemic would start and ultimately cause us to lay off half of our workforce and close many of our stores." Not surprisingly, the chain's financial performance never met expectations. No kidding, they had 5.5 months from the time they bought the chain until the world went into lockdown. Just a really awful story. Here's a surprising sentence. Apple has updated Big Sur. Currently sitting in Monterey on the way to Ventura, a piece from Cult of Mac says 2020's macOS has been bumped to version 11.6.7 to fix an email bug that prevents email applications from opening attachments. Specifically, Apple's release notes say macOS Big Sur 11.6.7 fixes an issue where mail and apps, such as Microsoft Outlook, cannot open attachments if the app required to open the file is already running. If you're still hanging out in Big Sur, you can get the update by clicking Apple Menu, then About This Mac, then Software Update. The Cult says you can also get the latest version in the Mac App Store. And finally today, if you have enjoyed the free Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV+, good news. iMore says the offering is going into extra innings. It had been expected to end in June, but it's now been extended through July. In a press release, Apple Senior VP of Services, Eddie "The Butler" Q, said, "The 2022 season is off to a great start, and we're proud to bring all baseball fans a new way to watch their favorite teams each week, all without local blackout dates or the need for a cable subscription. Friday Night Baseball brings the best of Apple's signature design and commitment to the highest quality experience, together with the time-honored traditions of Major League Baseball, and we're looking forward to offering fans more great games to watch throughout the summer. If you want to know who's playing when through July, I'll post the July schedule in this story on macosken.com. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Notion, one workspace for your whole team. Learn more and get started for free at notion.com/macOSken. This show is also sponsored by Collide, endpoint security powered by people. Learn more and try it for free at KOLIDE collide.com/macOSken. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.